Hello, my name is Daniel Hall, and I want to tell you about a stock market trade I made recently. It actually put on an Apple call trade that resulted in a $43,000 profit, which represented a return of 653% in just a few months. As I sat back to relish this win, I thought about the journey to advance this far in my investing skills. As I thought about this trade and the profit that came from it, was only possible because of the skills and advantageous financial structure that my mentor helped me to build. But 10 years ago, when I first met him, my finances were a mess. Up was down, left was right. I was making real money, but somehow not building real wealth. Fortunately, that's when I first met my financial mentor, Dr. Scott Brown. First, he was my customer, then a client. Finally, he became a really good friend and confidant. Over that time, I'd seen Dr. Brown slowly reveal to me his extraordinary returns in the stock market. In fact, as his legal counsel, he had fun sending over some of his best one-day wins. It was like he was continuously hitting the lottery. The biggest trade actually netted him over $180,000 in profit in just one day, and he actually logged into his accounts live to prove it to me. I was astonished at the frequency of his winning trades, and naturally, I wanted to do the same, because although I still assist Dr. Brown in legal matters, I had left the full-time practice of law to launch my own publishing company. My retirement responsibility was entirely mine, so I asked for his help. And I was fortunate to have him agree to mentor me. He started to teach me, and I got more and more confident in my trades, which became, happily, increasingly more profitable. Looking at the results of this Apple trade is when I finally realized just how much I had developed and matured as an investor. The stock had all the volume and trend elements of a share price primed to rise, just like Dr. Brown had taught me. The price of Apple stock actually had been dropping since July. Then it rose throughout January with a powerful final upward price explosion on January 30th, 2019. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm cautious with every trade, but because of what I learned from Doc Brown, I was confident. And I also know in my gut that the stock market is the most sure-footed path to building my retirement, especially having Dr. Brown in my corner. So despite my butterflies, I bought 25 Apple calls. The market rose for the next 4 weeks, so I purchased another layer of 25 calls. I was now bullish 50. The market rose for the next 2 months. I sold out when that uptrend was broken, netting a cool 662% return in that first quarter of 2019. Now, I had previous big wins, but this was just one more piece of proof that what Scott does works consistently. Now, I'm happy to report that my total profit on that particular trade was $43,276.91. But my question for you is, could you put on a trade like this? Do you know how? Probably not. And 5 years ago, I couldn't do this either for 3 reasons. First, I didn't understand the nuances and subtleties of successful trading that I picked up from Dr. Brown. Second, I did not have my accounts properly set up to minimize my tax burden. Third, I learned to mitigate the risk of a down market while at the same time teeing myself up for major market wins when conditions are right. You see, this trade and the profit that came from it was only possible because of the skills and advantageous financial structure that Dr. Brown had helped me to build. But I could tell you it was not always this way, not by a long shot. I'm actually going to share a very important part of my life that most people don't or won't openly share. As a matter of fact, if you were to look back just 10 years ago, my finances were an absolute mess. Up was down, left was right. I was making real money, but not creating real wealth. And I'd actually even been saving the max into my retirement plan from my prior employment. But that money wasn't growing. Perhaps you could relate. So I forgot about all those accounts. I basically pushed them out of my mind. I gave up getting rich in the stock market and focused 100% on earned income, which is not that great. That is, trading my time for money. And I gave up on growing capital gains. Sadly, this is how most people's financial life is set up. I know for a fact that most people's finances are in shambles, and only an elite few are set up the way that Dr. Brown helped me to arrange my accounts. That's exactly why I wanted to talk to you today. You see, most people are not set up to make massive gains in their trading accounts like I did with Apple and several other stocks over the past couple of years. Many do not know how to make these trades, and even if they do get lucky, poor financial infrastructure results in taxes taking an unnecessary and substantial bite out of those gains. Now, you may be asking yourself, hey, what makes Dr. Brown so special? And if you were to look back 30 years ago, I'd say nothing at all. Actually, at that time, he had been evicted from his apartment and was living in his truck, all while attending Indiana University's biochemistry program. It was that academic year that his wealthy father passed away suddenly. And since no one in the family, including Scott, was financially literate, things quickly spiraled out of control. His father's businesses had to be sold off. Financial vultures had surrounded his mother, and a string of bad investments soon left her, and as a result, him, penniless. As he took stock of the ruins of his life, Scott declared, "Never again." He switched to finance in graduate school and started on the path to money mastery. First, he got a degree in international investing from the prestigious Thunderbird School of Global Management. Then, he earned a PhD in finance at the Darla Moore School of Business at the University of South Carolina. Most importantly, he used his hard-earned knowledge to become a multimillionaire through stock investing. What is even more remarkable is he was able to accomplish this from a spare bedroom with slow internet connection and intermittent power outages because he lives on the island of Puerto Rico, where he is in fact a tenured professor of finance. Now just imagine a finance professor actively trading the markets with his own money and getting wealthy because of it. Because Scott obtained the most prestigious degrees in money on the planet and he devoted himself to money mastery, he gained 3 key insights that he taught me, and now I want to share with you. First, structure your accounts for maximum protection. Second, mitigate risk in a sideways and or down market. And third, it's an important one too, prime yourself for large potential windfalls. And my question for you is, do you know how to do this now? I know without Scott's help, I wouldn't have. And that's why Dr. Brown and I have decided to team up to provide you an opportunity to put your financial house in order and prime you for potential massive paydays, and then shield those windfalls from unnecessary tax burdens, all in 21 days. I'd like to introduce you to the Rhodes Society 21-Day Challenge. It's a step-by-step opportunity to give yourself a financial makeover. And the best part is, you'll be led through the process personally, just like I was by Dr. Brown. The 21-Day Challenge is divided into 2 important parts. The first part of the challenge guides you through setting up your financial infrastructure so that you can minimize your tax burden, all while protecting yourself from major market downturns. Now, lest you think you already have things set up optimally, I wanted to share this story with what happened when I went into my local TD Ameritrade office to restructure how I was investing. While I was setting things up under Dr. Brown's unseen guidance, the office manager got wind of what we were doing and made it a point of coming in and introducing himself, because he said it was so rare for people to structure the accounts the way that Scott had taught me, that only exceedingly high net worth people knew how to do. So yes, during this 21 days, you're going to learn how to arrange your financial affairs as the ultra wealthy do. Now, the second part of the challenge will help you to become a much better investor, such that you'll be poised to seize on major market opportunities when the conditions are optimal. Fact is, when you know when and what to look for and have the proper financial vehicles, you can greatly increase your probabilities of major market gains, all while protecting the core of your nest egg, even in turbulent markets. Dr. Brown will coach you through each action step in a bite-sized and manageable way. This is the process. The steps covered during the 21 days are designed to be your stairway to lasting wealth. So you may be asking yourself, what's this challenge like? Have you ever heard of a Sherpa? Sherpas are an ethnic group of people in Nepal with special genetics. They don't get altitude sickness. As a matter of fact, Sir Edmund Hillary would never have summited Everest without Sherpa Tenzing Norgay. The Rhodes Society 21-Day Challenge is your financial Sherpa. You see, we don't get money sickness. We help you keep a cool head in all market conditions. We are here to help keep you from falling off a financial cliff. You see, we have thrived while watching others go bankrupt. I asked Scott for help up my personal financial Mount Everest and to become a stock market millionaire just like him. Listen, avoid the hype. I'm his personal attorney. I see inside his accounts. On the other hand, he is my financial counsel. He helps me to master my accounts and will help you to master yours. Take the 21-Day Challenge now by clicking the link below and have Dr. Brown become your financial Sherpa. What makes this program so special is not only will you be guided through the process, but there is an inbuilt accountability to make sure that you get full benefit from actually completing the action steps that we have set up. The Buddha said, whenever the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Now, I'm not sure how it was you came to watch this video or read this page, but I am sure that if you've been longing to truly master money, then your teacher has appeared, and this is your opportunity to finally seize control of your finances and start moving toward real wealth. The challenge is starting soon, and I don't know if or when we'll do another one. So click the link below and sign up right now, and Dr. Brown and I can't wait to personally greet you within the community.